Thompson's Maple Products is located in St. Joe's Island, Ontario. The family-owned and operated maple syrup farm has been in operation since 1977. With a 20,000 tap operation, Thompson's is one of the largest maple syrup producers in Ontario.
We started in 1977. My father and I, we purchased the property from an existing sugar bush, which was about 2,500 taps, and we were partners for close to 25 years, and then he retired. We expanded to roughly 20,000 taps, which we are now, and we're located on 2 lots in Jocelyn Township. We have about 155 acres of maple, and we're tapping just about the full extent of the maple on this lot. The first station we went to was the upper vacuum station that we use. We have about 4,500 taps flowing into that location, and we have a 2,000 gallon tank buried in the ground for a room, and we have a stainless steel milk tank under vacuum, and all our lines, main lines, run into that tank, and then as the tank fills up, it just pumps it into our sap tank reservoirs. That is we call a booster, and what it is, it gives us optimum vacuum on the far end of that particular station, and the sap is sucked into the canister, and the flow as it was coming out will go in the canister and then goes down, and it goes into the ground into a buried main line that runs back to that vacuum station. The tanks, we have about 17,000 gallon storage of sap. We have one tank which the sap runs into continually, and as we get enough, then we take the reverse osmosis and we suck the sap out, and we process it approximately 50% of the water out, and the sap is put back into the tank. And then once we have enough of it, then we run it through the reverse osmosis a second time, and we take 50% out of it again, and it comes out about 12% sugar. And then we store that, and the water that we're processing out of the sap is used to wash the RO every 6 hours. The concentrate 12% sugars goes to a larger tank, and once we have enough of it, then we pump it up to a holding tank which feeds the evaporator, and the concentrate will go through a steam away, which takes cold sap, 45 degrees Fahrenheit, up to about 206 degrees Fahrenheit, and it also does sweeten it at 2% more as well, and it's reclaiming the heat once we start the boiling process, and the sap will go into your pan and circulate through the compartments, and at the far end of it, there's a probe that measures the temperature of the sap boiling, which is syrup at that point, and when the temperature on the automatic takeoff, they become equal, the valve will open up and the syrup will go into the filter tank, and once we have a quantity there, then we run it through the filter press and take out the sugar sand and the niter and pump it into barrels, and we store it in barrels. The packaging end of it, since we're barreling all our syrup as we produce it, we have to package at a later date because we're making too much syrup per hour to package what we need. So in that room, we reheat the syrup to 185 degrees Fahrenheit to pasteurize it, and it's filtered again, and then it's pumped into a holding tank which supplies the different fillers that we have. We have pressure fillers, we have vacuum fillers, we have multiple head fillers, and it's all depending on what we're doing at the time packaging. And everything is put on racks to cool before we box it, and then we box it and ship it or whatever. Well, we sell maple syrup, it's number one. We make maple butter, maple candy, maple granulated sugar. We make a few other small products during the season, but the majority of it is the 4.
What sets Thompson's apart from other maple syrup producers is its innovative wireless system created by Trevor Bryant from Algoma Business Computers. The invention went on to win a Premier Award and Provincial Award.
TapTrack Technologies is a company that's come about from a technology that was developed for maple syrup farming. In particular, it was used to monitor vacuum across vacuum lines on property and report back to a common computer that people could look at, and they could tell if there was something wrong with their property visually and in real time. So instead of sending people across the property to scour around all day long looking for leaks and things to fix, this would monitor and tell them immediately where there's a problem. Doug Thompson is kind of our pilot farm, if you will. They are running the technology. They were the first to run this technology, and he's helped me to take the software from where it started off to a point of where it is right now. So he's been able to run and provide feedback as to things that worked, things that didn't work, and help me to perform upgrades as necessary. I feel pretty happy and pretty proud of the technology in general. It's been a good meld of electronics, new technology with old school maple syrup farming, and it's allowed the farmers that are running the system right now, it's allowed them to experience a major increase in sap collection, where now they've run into a problem where it's shifted from not getting enough sap to having too much sap, where they got to boil it down right away.
Doug suggests that everyone support local farmers and producers in the Algoma region.
Well, supporting the local farmers helps a lot. When we're selling to different grocery stores or stores, if they buy our product, we buy their product. And it's very important for the trade business. And as for the personal people in the community, it's very important because a lot of these people depend on indirectly the business from us, and it helps.
If you want more information on Thompson's maple products, you can visit their website. For Shaw TV, I'm David Carlasio.